Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today I'm bringing back Frostbite Fiora. This is a Demacia Freljord deck with Fiora as a solo champion. We're running 3 Entreat in this deck because Fiora is so important to winning. Basically, she is our only win condition. Under Blue Moon circumstances are you going to be able to win with your units. We are only running 15 other units and 3 of those are already Fiora, but you have to draw Fiora in this deck if you want to win the game. I am running this deck as somewhat a counter meta at the moment, although Fiora can basically fit in all sorts of metas, just because she's allowed to kind of operate outside of what a normal deck is. Her win condition is you have to see 4 enemies be killed. You have to survive them as well, so if she dies even after leveling up, you have to see an additional 4 units die. But she operates kind of outside of the standard meta, and so the enemy is forced to deal with Fiora, and she just generates a whole bunch of pressure, makes it really difficult, and can be very disheartening to the opponent as soon as she levels up. And you've cleared a lot of units. So everything in this deck is basically meant to help keep our Fiora alive. And so all the spells and units are there to help her kill other units. So we've got the Bright Steel Protector, we've got Icefell Archer, we've got the War Chefs, and we've got Rhyme Plus Shaman as our main units, our support units that are helping her to either frostbite or buff her up or give her a barrier with Bright Steel Protector. And then our spells are meant to they're basically all combat strikes and then buffs. So we have, besides Entreat, which is kind of a 6 mana riposte that once we get Fiora out, but we've got Ranger's Resolve, we've got Single Combat, Flash Freeze, Strafing Strike, Fury of the North, Riposte, Concerted Strike, and Judgment. One off of Judgment that can sometimes single-handedly win us the game where we otherwise wouldn't be able to. The enemy uses all their mana. Basically, you use Judgment. This can be a last resort as well and can get us a couple of wins. So, one Judgment, definitely worth it, and can get us a random win here and there. But yeah, everything else is meant to protect Fiora. Now, well, how you want to play this is you basically want to mulligan every opening hand that doesn't have Fiora. You need to get Fiora because everything else is meant to support Fiora. So it doesn't really matter what other cards you have in your hand. You need to get Fiora, and then secondary you need to get Entreat. So Entreat, if you have that in your opening hand, you probably are going to keep that. You're going to get rid of everything else though and hope to get a Fiora. And then after that, what you're going to do is just hold basically all the cards in your hand. You're going to use health as a resource, take some damage at the beginning of the game, accrue the cards that you need in order to win, play Fiora, and then win within like the next 4 or 5 rounds, depending on kind of your cards and hands and what you're going to be able to do. So it's a pretty fun deck. Like I said, I'm running it as a counter deck, a counter meta sort of deck, and it's been very good for me, and I've been able to get a lot of wins, a lot of surrenders from opponents once I get to a certain point with Fiora. They really have to use a lot of mana to protect their units or to kill Fiora, and we are able to really counter that with just all of these spells. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Okay, so we are going against a Lux and Taric deck with our Fiora Frostbite. Let's see what we can do here. Early games, they usually have the Mage Seekers, so we'll see if we can kill some of those units early on before he gets out Taric and Lux. I think that's going to be kind of important. Alright, and then looks like we're just going to have to wait till turn 3 at the moment. We're going to gather up these cards in hand. Hmm, 4 damage. I think I can take 4 damage if I'm being honest, since I'm not looking to win through Nexus damage. Alright, it's fine. We've got Sharp Sight as a way to protect our unit as well, so let's go ahead and put out the Fiora. Alright, it's fine. we're going to use Barrier on Fiora, so now he's got to attack with both if he wants to get this support off. Interesting.
Is this supposed to be a challenge?
We can take out this other guy now too if we really want to.
Press on.
I actually think we do it. Well, he's only got 1 mana. And our opponent surrenders, so there we go. Yeah, we just, you know, work pretty reactively here. It's not too hard to win a game if you get the good cards in hand too, but just kind of let them make the mistakes. And then at that point, you know, he only had 1 mana left. He's almost forced to attack there because of Taric and his ability. He probably shouldn't have, considering how much mana I had. But anyway, yeah. And I had Barrier on her, so just let your opponents make a mistake, use your spells as a way to kill their units and win the game. Alright, we're going against Tahm Kench Soraka. This matchup is pretty hard. We're going to have to play it pretty well here. We're going to get rid of Entreat, Riposte, and Strafing Strike we might keep. We'd like to see Sharp Sight, and I get it, which is great. We've also got Fury of the North, which is also super good for Tahm Kench. The only thing we have to worry about with these 2 cards is a potential Hush. Alright, and we even get a turn 2 play. Depending on what he plays here, we may change the order we play these cards. So I'm not going to play anything here unless he's got some sort of... Yeah, so... No point in playing anything. Star Spring, he's not getting any value out of it this round, so not too bad for me. So let's go ahead and go with Fiora. So now if he has something like a Star Shepherd, he can't really put it down. Let's see if he's got Tahm Kench. Buxtopus. So now the question is, do I want to actually... Yeah, I think we play the Bright Steel Protector. This is a pretty bad trade for him into the Bright Steel Protector. The one bad thing is if he does pull it, that I cannot... Yeah, we're just gonna go like this. If he does end up pulling this, I cannot target the Boxopus very efficiently. I would like to see him use Hush. Does that put him at 8? That's fine. Actually, it's not fine, because now he can kill my unit. I have an Entreat now, I guess, but... Ooh, pull it. He can't kill it, I've got Sharp Sight. Yes. Yes. Come on. Yes. He heard me. There we go. Get greedy. And it uses Astral Protection too, which is super good for us. I think at this point we play War Chefs. I've got enough mana for Fury of the North, but this is, I think, just a little bit too good to pass up on, and he doesn't want to play anything before I attack, so I think it's okay to attack here. He wants me to attack before he places a unit, which is fine, but I get to heal my Fiora up, and on top of that, I'm dealing 8 damage, so puts a little bit more pressure on him to put units down like the Broad-Backed Protector or so. Anyway, we're going to pass here.
I don't change fate, but I can see it.
I think we pass again. okay with the mana.
Feel the sizzle. No one goes hungry.
So I'm gonna pull the Crusty Codger. I'm gonna force him to heal his damaged unit here, if he has a way. So he's using Star Shaping. Interesting.
This is outrage.
I would like to level her up. Okay. Awesome.
I have no equal.
Alright, we level up Fiora here, which is great. I want him to use just a little bit more mana. He didn't use that to protect his Crusty Codger, which I think is telling of his hand. I've got 10 mana, 10. Do we go for this? I think we go for this. And then if he's got ways to heal his unit, we can just flash freeze. Which is fine. Used a lot of mana for that, but we're one tick away from winning with Fiora. And there we go, got the surrender. So I was using a ton of mana there, but the amount of pressure that was going to put on him, I think, was worth it. So we used 10 mana to kill one unit, but she used 3 of 4 for the win condition. And he had used all of his mana. Very important.